Yes, Coach Ann, we're just setting up the YouTube live.
Oh,
Hannah will broadcast it.
okay.
Go, Hannah, connect it to the live.
Let me see. Okay. Are we already live, Meg? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, y'all. So what we are about to do is we are about to move back a little bit, give me some more space. Okay, so what we're about to do is we're actually about to dissect some of the content that me and Shannon have made. The reason why is because I know a lot of times y'all are hearing to make content, and then it's even me showing y'all how to make content. But I think sometimes the reason why we're not making it is because we don't really realize the importance of it, right? And it comes to having a content strategy. That's the simple breakdown. Having a content strategy makes everything so much easier for you, right? And think of content, same way I've been saying it all year long. Think of content as awareness, right? You're generating awareness about things that's about to come. So something upcoming or some of the products that you already have. Awareness, right? The more people know, the more opportunity that you give them, right? The better it is for them. The better chance you have for them to buy, or at least to know that you're even doing what you're doing. Okay, so for example, now I'll share my screen on this, and you just share this entire thing right quick. And so, for example, we can say, so this is a video I just posted for Shannon.
But today we're going to decide, and the decide is the.
Hold on, let me share my entire screen. So I'm gonna stop the share my entire screen so y'all can see everything that needs to be seen. And there we go.
But today we're going to decide, and the decide is the death of something and the life of one thing that you're going to conquer. Because when you make a decision, you're literally killing off all of the options and going with this one, right? So today when we decide, we're going to decide on a logo, color scheme, and you all are going to make some products that literally, when you step out of here, someone will be able to know that you are a brand.
Cool. So that's one of the that's a video that I took from her last in-person live with the adults. She also had a kids one too. And then there's one more that I want to show you. I'll show you a few of these anyway, maybe give you some examples of content you can make in your own way. But also I want to show this one, I believe, because it's going to basically show you. Oh, I also got to share the process, this one too. But what I want to do for this one is show you this one because it's kind of a call to action in it and kind of break down why we scripted it the way we did. And I'll let you see it and then I'll break it down.
I'm guessing you want to know how to make money as a crafter creative, even if you have that pesky 9-to-5, that job, that just over broke. Listen, don't hate the job. That's your number one investor. I'm just going to show you how to take that job and make it your prime investor in your success. So if you want to see that happen, join me. Zoom room is free. Come in on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the bio. Look for the free mentorship, and I'm literally going to see you there.
Right. So that one we have to remake only because it's no longer on Sunday. It is on Saturdays. But y'all see, first of all, the breakdown of, first, we're calling out who we're specifically trying to talk to, right, in our content, because you want to have a conversation with someone in your content. And the best thing to do is to say, not speak in a group setting, but speak directly towards a specific person with a specific problem that you're creating a specific solution for. So in this, you'll see that she won't say y'all in this. She'll say,
I'm guessing you want to know
you, right? Then she's going to basically decide who is she talking to.
how to make money as a crafter creative, even if you have that pesky 9 to 5.
So someone who wants to learn how to basically turn their craft into currency, right? And live in their passion, even if they do still have a job, right? A 9 to 5.
JOB, that just over broke. Listen, don't hate the job. That's your number one investor. I'm just going to show you how to take that job.
Now she's taking a different approach, where most times we hear that the job is something to not kind of pursue, especially in mainstream media right now, right? But now she's showing you, don't hate the job that you have currently, because that's going to be that 9 to 5. Use that as your first investor. So it's just giving you a different perspective on it, right? So even in this video, she hasn't actually broken anything down on how to do it, because that's going to come in later in her call to action for anybody who's seeing this on any social media platform. To then, I know this tonight's going to be a little bit more analytical, y'all. It's definitely stretch. Y'all entering my brain of how to turn content into content marketing. Anyway, this is going to be able to take anybody on any platform that sees this and turn them into a lead. And the way that we have a lead is to create this type of lead magnet that's going to speak specifically to somebody who is like, I want to do this, but I'm here, right? So just in case, and she pulls you in with that hook.
And make it your prime investor in your success. So if you want to see that happen, come join me.
So if you're intrigued and you want to actually see how you can use that 9 to 5 to be your investor and actually still learn how to make currency with crafting, come join her.
Zoom room is free. Come in on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The link is in the bio. Look for the free mentorship, and I'm literally going to see you there.
Right. And so that's your call to action. Your call to action is her telling you where to go, how to see if there's anything else. Okay, where to go, and basically what you're going to get access to once you hit that link in the bio. Right. If there's any questions, y'all can go ahead and ask them. And as I pull up this other one, but before I even go into this other one, the way that you can easily turn something like this type of content into your own, no matter what you're doing, is no matter what you're going to put there, right? The way to fill in the blanks is knowing who you're trying to talk to, that specific person that you want to talk to. What is their specific problem? And then what is the specific solution that you're going to provide? In this example, Shannon wanted to talk to, and before we even had this, this thing like this, and most of the time we don't have scripts, I'm employing her to do scripts now. And so I'll, that's kind of something that I'm taking more consideration of. So it's a little bit more efficient. But in this, she just told me that she wanted to talk to people that had a 9 to 5, but wanted to start crafting, right? So you can tell that most people, if that's the case, they might not necessarily be passionate about their jobs. Not to say that they're not, but it's a higher chance that somebody is not going to be passionate about working for somebody else, right? As much as they would be doing the thing that they actually love to do. So because that seems to reign true, what we would do is we would go ahead and say, okay, they probably have a disposition for the thing that they're doing currently and would rather be doing something else. Cool. So now she put her own verbiage into it, that pesky 9 to 5, right? And then she went from that pesky 9 to 5 and then said, okay, cool. That's that person that they're talking to.
Have that pesky 9 to 5, that JOB, that just over broke. Listen, don't hate the job. That's your number one investor. I'm just going to show you how to take that job and make it.
So somebody with she's talking to a specific specific person with a specific problem. And now she's showing you and giving you this specific solution, how to take that job that you're already working and make it a primary investor into your own success.
Your prime investor in your success. So if you want to see that happen, come join me. Zoom.
If you want that to happen for you, call to action is come join her in the Zoom room where you will literally see her there.
Room is free. Come in on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
She even gives you a good time. She tells you everything that you need to know. This is a more of a time sensitive thing. It's changed. So now we're thinking about ahead and even removing this part right here, just because this would be, if we didn't add that part, then this video could be evergreen, meaning no matter what time of year, no matter what even year it is, it would work for the type of content that she's trying to promote. She could have used this, if we took that part out, she could have used this 5-6 years from now and it could promote something, right? But because we put a time sensitivity on it, now we have to redo something like this. It's just learning lessons though.
Standard Time. The link is in the bio. Look for the free mentorship.
And she also gives you cues on what to do when you're getting there, right? So she makes it super easy for the specific person with that specific problem to find out and get to their specific solution. So there's not much thinking that needs to go on. There's not, okay, which one is it or anything like that. She's telling you exactly how to get there and she will literally see you there.
And I'm literally going to see you there.
Cool. So that's that breakdown of that one.
Shop class that we do on Wednesday.
Not this one.
So you
Okay,
think
cool.
the only way to make custom shirts is with vinyl cutter? Let me show you what you can do with your current heat press right now. You can get into sublimation. Hey, no weeding on either of these processes. Sublimation, you're gonna get full color and you don't have to weed at all. You also have plastics long, and these look just like vinyl. They're screen prints, and you press them on the shirt as needed. So you don't have to make a whole bunch of shirts at one time. If you want to know how to do this, how to create neck labels for the inside of your shirts, this is precisely what I teach inside of my N8 Academy. Come on over. I have plenty of free classes for you to learn, and I can't wait for you to know that you don't have to weed anymore.
So that is an example of something that I would call evergreen, meaning she can put an ad on it. She can kind of push it out as many times as she wants. This is just no sign. There's really just no time sensitivity into it. And that's a great way to kind of create your content. Unless there is some time sensitivity on it and you want that to be known, then by all means. But if you have something that's reoccurring, if you have something, great thing is like, if you make it evergreen, the thing that you did this year, you can use that same content to promote next year's and not even have to make any more content if you don't want to, right? So it's just about planning ahead and having that content strategy working for you, right? It's saying the saying that, you know, is as old as time, like work smarter, not harder. Okay, so breaking down this one. So this is, and a lot of these are used off of, like, I have like a page of hooks that we use to make, you know, scripting a little easier. And so the last one she used was like basically an even though kind of statement. And basically it's just saying, you want this even, or how to get the thing that you want, even though you have the thing that you don't want, right? So now this one's basically, a contrary thing. So you think that you can only use one particular thing to get these certain results. Well, I'm going to show you otherwise. And then the great thing about what Shanon did, she was like, let me also grab these shirts so we can show them some proof, right? So she's basically showing you, even in the process of telling you, she's actually giving you something to see.
Way to make custom shirts is with vinyl cutter. Let me show you what you can do with your current heat press right now.
Y'all see?
You can get into sublimation. Hey, no weeding on either of these processes. Sublimation, you're going to get full color and you don't have to weed at all. You also have plastics long, and these look just like vinyl. They're screen prints, and you press them on the shirt as needed. So you don't have to make a whole bunch of shirts at one time. If you want to know how to do this, how to create neck labels for the inside of your shirts, this is precisely what I teach inside of my N8 Academy. Come on over. I have plenty of free classes for you to learn, and I can't wait for you to know that you don't have to weed anymore.
And then she ends it with a call to action, right? After she basically takes what you thought to be true and flips it upside down and lets you know that it's so many ways to get the thing that you thought you could only do one way, right? Showing you 2 different examples. Then she gives you a call to action to come to the end of the academy. And she sweetens the pot. So it's not just her trying to sell you, but the fact that she has even more lead magnets for you, some free gifts, which are
classes for you to learn, and
these free classes.
You know that you don't have to weed anymore.
Boom. Especially if weeding is, I'm unfamiliar, but especially if weeding is something, which I'm pretty sure that's why she chose this, it's either time consuming or it's just something that, you know, it might be a difficult skill to master, whatever. It might be unforgiving, right? So you might, if you mess up, you might just be messed up. You got to start over again. Whatever that thing is, she's basically showing you ways to get around that thing and still get the same result. Right.
I know you're tired of these Photoshop classes that teach you how to turn an apple from red to green, but don't teach you a thing about designing a t-shirt, designing a banner, designing your website.
Also, y'all, I just want you to be able to see that besides some of these other ones,
the only way to make custom shirts, but today, no, you're tired of these Photoshop classes.
Y'all can see how we did batch shooting, right? Batch shooting is one of the things that's like it's a saving grace when it comes to being to creating content and content marketing too, because a lot of the times the problem of when it comes to making content and making a lot of content, that even content that you know you need to be making, is time, right? Time. I don't have time for this. I got to do this, this, and this, and this. Well, batch shooting allows you to just take whatever time you do have on a day that you can give it, right? And make content for the month, make content for the week, right? I won't say a year, but make content that even if it makes you with the thought process of this could be evergreen. So next year around this time or next year around Valentine's Day, I don't have to make more content trying to promote what I have for Valentine's Day. I can just have it already, right? Or create content in preparation for what's to come, right? If it's another graduation season and you wasn't ready for this graduation season, guess what? You can make content for the next thing, not having to wait until it's time, but because you already ready. That saying of like, get ready and be ready so that you be ready so you don't have to get ready, right? That preparation. So that's the great thing about content. It can be made at any time and it can be posted for any time. Exactly. Same approach, same result, better approach, better result. Facts, right? Just setting yourself up for success because you already know what's coming around these different times. And if you wasn't prepared this year, why not set yourself up for success next year, right? Preparing for that success with your content and making sure that your stuff is evergreen is going to be super, super beneficial for you. So that's really what we're teaching today is going over content strategy, but not just, you know, spitting content strategy down your throat. Maybe that's not the same, but pushing content strategy down your throat, but more so and spitting a lot of game at you. My bad, I mix both of those things together. But showing you examples of like what even Shanon is doing and what I'm doing with Shanon to help her prepare. And in this batch shooting, I believe that we did 12. We did 12 within an hour, right? 12 within an hour. So y'all can quickly see if you invest 2-3 hours of your own time, you can get a month's worth of content. And if you're being strategic with it, you can use that content and repurpose it, repost it for different seasons, for different things that you know is either coming, that either passed and you ready for the next year, or that's about to come. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions or anything like that about this? Does anybody have any questions? If you're in the Zoom room, let me know. Got any questions about this at all? Because what I want to make sure is that if we in the Zoom room, that we're getting our questions answered, but not only that, but we're taking advantage of being in the Zoom room, right? It's no point in being in here and investing your time and your money. I care more about your time though, because you can make more money. You can craft more stuff. You can make more content, but you can't make more time, right? And not get your questions answered. So if you feel like you can run this strategy right now, can somebody put a 7 in the chat? If you like, I can run this strategy. I can run the play. Because at least that lets me know that somebody is learning something from this. If not, then you should be asking the question. What's the strategy, Ant? How do I run it? What's the play? What's the breakdown? Okay, I'm seeing a 7. I love it. Right? Is there any more 7s? Because if it ain't more 7s, then it should be more questions. Can you run the strategy? Be real with yourself. Can you see this and say, okay, cool. I see what they're doing. Y'all see it, Shanon. Ain't nothing about Shanon changing. We in the same spot. We just knocking out content. We got different topics that we about to hit. We got different approaches. We got a content strategy at this particular time. This was like around last year. But as I can see, we had the strategy and we had the content in place, but I'm just now posting this stuff. So some of it was strategic. Some of this stuff was strategic, but also some of this stuff was the fact that even though Shanon knew she needed content, she didn't necessarily know why, which is why she had me come in here and not only create this class, but also be able to come in here and talk about strategy. Because even Shanon herself, even with her great willy-nilliness, right, as she says, she understood why she knew that content was important, but she didn't understand the strategy. And for her, like because she didn't understand the strategy, we were just piling up on content. Now we're putting it out there because now she understands the strategy. Make sure that you're not just posting videos and pictures and all this stuff and it's not leading nowhere. You need call to actions. You need to grab somebody's attention. You need to speak to somebody specifically who is suffering from this, whatever it is, right? Whatever you're trying to talk to them about. And it doesn't even have to be like when we say suffering, just know that that is just an example. That is just a word that I'm saying, right? She basically said a pesky 9 to 5. Nobody's really suffering in that. It's just you have this, which you probably would rather be doing this with your time. And if the passion and your craft could make the currency enough to replace your 9 to 5, would you leave it? Right? And if you somebody that would leave it, then she's speaking exactly to you. Or if you're somebody who has a 9 to 5 and would just like your 9 to 5, and maybe you love your job and you wouldn't leave it, but you want your 9 to 5 to be an investor into your business. Well, guess what? She also speaking to you too. The thing is, people are very different. We all different in here. Different backgrounds, different types of education, different passions, different interests. But consumers are the same. Consumers are very similar. We all in a group. We all here tonight. We all understand that if we are here, that we do care about content to some degree. Now, the level of content might be different because people are different, but consumption has us all here. Because we believe that we're trying to get to the next level has us all here. So what I would like to see is if everybody could run this play, can I see 7s from everybody? But if somebody can't run this play, that means that we have a question. Right? Because if we're being real, and the strategy isn't difficult. And that's the great part about it. I'm not here to make it hard for you. I'm actually here to make it easier. If a coach is making it harder for you, then they probably aren't a good coach. I'm here to make this process that might seem a little overwhelming really easy. You want to know how to make a lot of content, film a lot of it in one day. Now you don't have to worry about, oh, I got to film a video today, then I got to film a video tomorrow and all this stuff. No, we filmed in an hour sitting, we filmed 12 videos. And it could have been a lot more if we had it scripted. So she already knew what was going on, but we came in and then we had to just break it down and talk to each other and figure it out. But when you're doing this by yourself, you already know what you're going to do, right? You already know what you're going to do. Or if you don't, here's how you do this. You have a batch content day where you sit down and you go ahead and, in Shannon's case, literally sit down and crank out all this content. But before you even get there, let's prepare for that day. How do we prepare for that day? We're going to need to make sure that we know who we're talking to. We need to make sure that we know what their problem is, and we need to make sure that we have a solution for them. Example, if you know that a graduation season is coming up, right? And then, because I'm a recent graduate, I can tell you that it's a graduation happening all the time, right? So if you know that graduation is coming up, it will, and it will never fail, that graduations will always keep happening, right? Know who you're trying to speak to with this type of content. Are you speaking to a parent? Are you speaking to the graduate? What is the word for it? Let's just say the graduate. It's the easiest way to say that. The graduate, right? Who are you speaking to? The person that is graduating or the person that gave life to the person that's graduating? Because that changes your context that you're going to fill in the middle. Right? If it's the person that is graduating, do you want to appeal to their creative side? You want to appeal to them being unique. You want to appeal to their likeness. You want to appeal to all these different things. If it's the person that gave birth to that person, that's the graduate, then you want to make sure that then you want to have a different tone. You might be talking about making sure that they feel special on their special day. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different kind of thing, but the call to action could still be the same. You can get these, and have an example in this game, in this business of art and being a creative and being an artist. You always have to have something to show. So the great thing is to have your unique stole on you, right? And then give them a call to action for them to go buy your stole. Click the link in my bio for the stole. Right? Any questions? Because if y'all got the strategy, then y'all got the strategy. That was basically, I was just wanted to break down the simple strategy, just further strategies to go along, so we don't have to spend all night talking about something this simple. I just want to give y'all this quick strategy so that y'all can go ahead and figure out how can you run the play now, right? Because maybe it wasn't that you didn't know how to make the content, or maybe it was, and we have things like that. Maybe it wasn't that you didn't know how to script. Well, guess what? We use Jasper and ChatGPT to show you how to script things, right? Maybe it was difficult. I didn't know how to film on my phone. Well, now we done already made content in class on how to film different types of content with your phone. So if you know how to film the video, we also edited in class, so you know how to edit to some degree. And if you're talking, that's a simple edit. You ain't got to do too much. You in the same place, you just talking, right? So easy. We done did way more complex things. Cool. If using CapCut, this is easy. Them captions can easily be on there. And it's automated. AI, gotta love it. So now it's just strategy, right? Because I just gave you a pointer on having a scripting day and having a batch content day, right? Scripting day is your ideas, making sure that you know who you're talking to, making sure that you know what their problem is and what the solution is going to be. And I already gave you an example, 2 examples really, about the graduation and the graduate versus their parents, right? I'm looking in the what we saying in the chat. Thank you. I have my first content day scheduled for Friday this week, and we'll be using this strategy to guide me. Let's go. Let's go. I'm glad. I'm happy. Let me know what you do. What I would do too is, how many videos do you have lined up? How many videos do you have lined up? Because in reality, depending on how much time you've given yourself, you can go ahead and knock out. I'm planning 3, but we'll push for more now. Yeah. Now that you know the strategy, it's not hard. And marketing is very similar, y'all. Y'all see how a lot of her stuff is just telling y'all to do the same thing at the call to action. So everything in front of it might be different. I might be talking to a different person in this, and I might be addressing a different situation, but the end result, the solution might be the same. Come join N8 Lab. Go to my, sign up for my Sunday class, right, with the free mentorship. And I picked a lot of diverse different things in here, so y'all would see a lot of different stuff, but literally we have like 4 or 5 different come Sunday videos that I can't even use anymore because it's too it's not evergreen content. But so the call to action was the same. It was just who she was talking to and what their problem was that she was going to address, and then lead them to that solution. Right? But I'm great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm really glad to hear. I'm glad this came at a perfect time then too. Because now you have, from whenever this call gets out, which is going to be soon, because like I said, I don't have to talk y'all heads off about this strategy. It's just, if you understand it, go run the play. That's it. Because I just want to give you, right now, I have a whole little strategy, little list for the next couple of weeks. All I want to do is give you one strategy. Y'all go run it. They come back next week. Here's another strategy. I'll break it down. I'll show examples with the content, because I feel like y'all got to see it to believe it. And once y'all see it, then y'all say, oh my gosh, this makes so much more sense. And especially after I break it down, to go run that play. Right? So I just want to give y'all a couple of tokens and then go. Cool. Let's go. Keep that same energy. I'm excited to see what you do. Tag me in your content. And I can't wait to see how the strategy can help you elevate your content and just prepare you for what's to come, right? So I would even like to see you get something ready for next graduation season, right? And I mean, there's going to be probably some, I don't know if you're going to target summer graduates, but summer is coming. And then of course you got the big one in fall too. So I would like to see some content talking about that. If you are going to create things for those like stoves and maybe custom, forgot, it's a different word than a hat, but different than that too. And yeah, I would love to see that too. And anything else that you already got on your list to go. I ain't gonna put too much in your head because I just want you to run with what you got right now, and then let's get some momentum. But other than that, y'all, if there are no questions, y'all let me know. From YouTube, great tips. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And I just want to shout out to the customer happiness team. Y'all make this so much more efficient and easier, because y'all know I can't see them. I can't see the YouTube comments. So I really do appreciate y'all too. And I appreciate everybody who came tonight. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. I know it's Monday. We got a full week of growth, right, to go through. And I'm excited. This got me pumped. So I hope y'all have a wonderful night. I appreciate y'all spending y'all time with me. Like I say all the time, you can make more content. You even make more money, but you can't make more time, y'all. So I appreciate y'all investment in me. Hopefully tonight was worth it for y'all as well. Other than that, y'all have a great one. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.